Welcome to Hello Main Street. I'm your host, Monica Sanchez, and here we talk about thought provoking tips, tricks, and ideas for fellow entrepreneurs just like you. Today, we are going to be talking about what is BOIR. So, I recently went to an event last Thursday. And we had several people who were there giving different presentations from different organizations. So I really want to give a shout out to OIC of Washington for hosting the location. And then also we had Orlantha. She had come from Coleman, excuse me. She's with Minority Business Development Agency, MBDA for short. And so she talked about the beneficial owner information report, right? So I had heard about it a couple times before. I didn't know what it was. So, of course, when you're not sure, I tend to hold off until I know, I get a little bit more insight, a little bit more information. So I wanted to share this with you. I thought it was very insightful. I'll also share her contact information. So if you're like, I need more information, I have more questions, she would be the person you would definitely want to reach out to. And I will also give you at the end some QR codes so that way you can reach out and complete the things that need to be completed. So let's talk about it. What is this BOIR, right? So in 2021, the Congress had passed, it's called a Corporate Transparency Act. And it was a bipartisan act that had happened. And they wanted to make sure that LLCs within certain parameters were not doing anything that was unscrupulous, hiding shell companies, transferring money to companies that were not on their best behavior, and so on and so forth. So they are saying if you have an LLC, this is something you need to be looking into, and you need it completed. I believe it was that they have it until the end of 2024, and correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to go ahead and put that in the chat. But if you don't complete this by a certain time frame, there is some civil penalties, and you could get up to $5,000 fine for failing to file. So we don't want that to happen. I went ahead, I've completed mine, and I thought we would just dive in today and go ahead and kind of go through the process a little bit here. And then that way you can get some information. If you have further questions, again, you can definitely reach out to Orlantha Coleman with MBDA. I'm sure she would be happy to guide you through this. So let's get started. I have here, it's a PDF file, and this is kind of a step-by-step instructions that we are going to go through. So here we go. So you're going to get this information, and I have it right now. So if you want me to share it, let me know. This will basically take you through the process. It will be installing Adobe Reader, as you can see, and then it'll have you give information. The majority of the information is really just your basic knowledge about your own business. So it's not anything too crazy. So here, when you go on, you'll see number one, that you would go to the BOIE, it looks like, filing.fincin.gov. Okay, let's make that a little bit bigger for you. There, I think that's helpful. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close this part out here real quick. All right, there we go. So you would go here, there's step number one, and then you have step number two. And I'm just going to kind of glide through these because you can always re-watch this video if this is going to be helpful to you. Let's see. Try to do two screens at once here. So I'm handling this all by myself. So let's see. Okay, so there's that. And then step three, it will show to prepare the BOIR. You have a couple of different choices. You can either do it via PDF or you can do it via web. I have been told that if you do it via web, that's fine. Make sure that you have the opportunity to save your information. I was given a form that I actually I wanted to have. So then that way, if it got if it didn't work and I got kicked out, then I wouldn't have to start from scratch and remember all the information. So you can do the number 3, which is the PDF, or you can do via web. So that is entirely up to you. And then here you would download the form that you would need. Okay, so go there. And then here you're going to go to the navigation tools as it shows you. You're going to see it says Beneficial Ownership Information Report. Sorry, let me scoot this a little closer here. With that report, then you're going to go ahead and complete these pieces. So you'll have the instructions as well. Okay. And then you'll go here, action buttons. You'll follow the steps that you need to take. Okay. And as you can see, there's pages up to 23. So I'm going to go a little quicker than just kind of going through this. But as you can see, the filing type of file report, the initial report. So those are just simple basic informations, the date that it was prepared upon. And then you have the FinCEN identifier, which if you don't have one, then you'll need to request one. So then that way you can enter that in. If you are using any kind of foreign investments, you'll need to have that as well. And then again, like 6C, where it says legal name and alternative name, they want to know what those are. Your tax identification. So you can either use your EIN, your Social Security, or you can use your I-10. So those would be helpful to you. And then here is 6E. So it's going to ask for the country, the jurisdiction that you are in. It's going to ask for your address. And then if you are an existing company, and I believe it was existing before, it says here January 1st, 2024, then you do need to report, and that would be that box. For some reason, I was overhearing them saying there might be some sort of glitch in that little section, so just be aware of that. But if you are a business like myself that I've been since 2019, then of course I would have to click that box, right? All right, and then you would go through here with number 7, completing that information. You have your ID, you would enter that in. You would add any attachments that you need as an identifier that you are the business owner, right? Images, just double checking because I'm looking at my other 2 screens here. All right, and then you have all this great information to finalize the details. Okay, so that should be it. And then you should be able to go ahead and file the report, and then you should be good to go. From what I understand is that this is a one-time thing. It's not an annual thing, which is great. So there's that information. That you, number 17, yes, I am a human. How do you know? How do you know these days? So, and then you have these last pieces here that you would go ahead and complete. You can download the transcript so you have the information in case they say you didn't complete it. You can say, yes, I did. Here's all my information right at my fingertips. So always save the documents that you complete. Save yourself the headache. All right, so there's that little tidbit there. I hope that was helpful for you. Again, this is something that was rolled out in 2021, but as you guys know, there was a lot of things happening during that time frame. And so now they're really pushing for this to get completed. Here is the information of the QR code, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see this here. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so here's one. So if you need to click on that QR code, you have that right there, okay? And that's going to take you through. It's a video, so you're more than welcome to watch that video and walk through the steps with them. Okay. And this is that flyer that is kind of explaining why this was needed and when it came um, into act, and then how to submit your report. So that's another QR code to get there. All right. And then any tips and tricks that you may need. All right. So, and I'm going to share Orlantha's information right here. So this is really long, but down here at the bottom, Coleman at cityoftacoma.org. If you have any further questions, I'm sure that she would be more than happy to help you, to talk about it, to guide you through that process. And I think more people are going to be added on as well as they continue to move forward. So that is the beneficial owner information report that needs to be completed by the majority of us that own an LLC business, right? All righty. And so, as always, thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you. Here's my information down below. If you ever have information that you want to share with others, especially business owners, we don't have enough time in the day to do it, find everything ourselves. So, here's just a one little quick tip stop place that you can do that. And if you want to be a guest, I'd love to talk with you. Let's see if we can get you on and see how we can move forward. And as you know, we are always better together. And I thank you so much for your time.